Holly Madison, the showgirl next door. Holly Madison in Las Vegas. Honestly, I didn't know that Holly was such a big deal. I heard about her on that show she had about the girls next door and Playboy, and then my friends from Europe came to visit, and the first thing that they wanted to do in Las Vegas was go see Holly Madison's show at Planet Hollywood, and I didn't even know that she had a show. So we go there, and there are lines of people coming from around the world, Asia, Southeast Asia, Europe, Africa, and they all wanted to see Holly's show. Then when I went to the library to check out my books with Lily Burana and Nina Hartley, I noticed that Holly had her own book, Holly Madison's Las Vegas, the showgirl next door. So I came to check out the book. Here she is with the mayor, and she's huge. She brings so many people to Las Vegas. I didn't even... Viva Las Vegas. Introduction. I still remember my first trip to Vegas when I was 21. I went for a friend's birthday. She was a playmate, and I had recently moved into the Playboy Mansion, so we were going in style with Hef and a bunch of girls. It wasn't exactly how I had pictured my first trip to Vegas, which I had assumed would be a cheap, drunken, fear and loathing type mess with friends who wanted to explore all the casinos, bars, staying at the exclusive MGM mansions, traveling in limos like high rollers, and having a packed itinerary, including all the hottest restaurants, shows, and clubs. Wasn't exactly what I had expected, but hey, I'd take it. I remember now, even as I'm reading this, because I keep up with so many of the events here in Las Vegas, that there was actually a huge argument between some girls that were in the shows that Holly had. She had ended up replacing a few showgirls that were famous locally but didn't have the attention that Holly had gotten. Here she is traveling through Nevada. This is really pretty amazing. For example, this is Baker. This is the largest thermometer in the world. One reason is because it's so hot out there in Baker. But going through that, here's Holly, and she's the history of Las Vegas. Watch any of my major documentaries made on Las Vegas in the 90s, and one of the first things brought up is the oddity of such a major city out in the middle of the desert. The talking heads wonder, why would anyone come here? Why does this city exist? True from today's vantage point, a city like Las Vegas, large, over-the-top, luxurious, and excessively consumerist, stands lovely in the middle of what seems a barren desert, and with growth patterns that have threaded to its invaluable sources seems to make no sense. In reality, Vegas's water supply, namely its two springs which attracted settlers in the first place. So she's going through the history. She's telling a story about Las Vegas with all these pictures and the Hoover Dam and what Vegas used to look like in the old days. A shortage of worker and housing. Hoover Dam workers' families lived in tents by the river. Going into the McCarran Field, the Rat Pack, Dean Martin, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, Howard Hughes. This is really an amazing book. Steve Wynn. So, even the new casinos, the Cosmopolitan, City Center. But there were some arguments over Holly coming in here and replacing some of the people that had been in the shows that she was taking over. But like I said, my friends flew in from Europe, and they went to New York and San Francisco, but in Las Vegas, the only thing they cared about was coming to see the showgirl Holly Madison was playing. So here's the book, and it's really stunning. I'm impressed with just how nice it is. The layout and the pictures, and here she is at the Neon Sign Museum. Now where she's taking the pictures right now, this is a museum that houses a lot of the signs, and it's open late at night now. It just started this week, where they started opening the Neon Sign Museum at night with the lights on so that people could get the experience of what it was like to be close up with the lights and have their photos taken. And here's her show. And there's the different people: Wicked Wendy, Goldie, Lady Cross, Red, Kutha, Peep Show. So, this is a brilliant book. And I'm sure my friends would have wished they had gotten it before they had returned to Europe.